I think it's important that we actually declare war on Christmas. I am going to declare war on Christmas today. And I will be reporting to you periodically all of my frontline efforts to dismantle Christmas from the American conversation. So, the war on Christmas is real, because I just fucking declared it. This bloated fucknut.
It's not like they stop with one thing, right? They find something, they kind of destroy that, and they'll move on to everything else that we love.
This waste of space.
Do you think that 10 years from now, people will be free to use the term snowman?
Oh no, it's already snow person. Have you heard it's gingerbread person? Yeah, gingerbread person. Come on, Tucker, you're behind the woke times.
As if that's not bad enough, this guy.
So, Governor, a holiday tree really, Governor? What's a tradition of a holiday tree? Where does the holiday tree come from?
Well, last year, when the subject came up about what we're going to do at this time of year, I said, just do what the previous governor did. We're not going to change anything. And that's what we did. Somehow this has all erupted into some kind of controversy, but I did what the previous governor did, call it a holiday tree, and the governor before him. So this goes back to the 90s.
All I want to do is keep the traditions of Christmas that make most Americans happy. The polls show 90% of Americans celebrate Christmas, and they want to call it a Christmas tree. You're in the minority, you're imposing your will, and you're making people unhappy.
Fuck him.
The fact is, the war on Christmas is real, but Bill, it's a part of a larger war against Christianity that's being waged around the world. And yeah, it's true, we are not suffering in the same way as Christians who are being martyred in other countries. Not yet anyway, but make no mistake about it, this is all part of the same war, and we've got to push back against it on every front.
Well, I don't understand that statement, because overseas primarily it's Muslim fanatics, jihadists, who are killing and persecuting Christians. But here in the United States, who do you think is behind the movement to diminish Christianity?
Well, I think ultimately, Bill, as a Christian, I believe that it is the kingdom of darkness of Satan who from the beginning
But who does he use?
Has been trying to extinguish.
I mean, we know Satan works on some cable networks. He kind of flits around from one to the other. And we see him, but he uses people. Who does he use?
Oh, well, he uses misguided judges.
You know what? Fuck that fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. So, like, fuck him, like, with a log. But, like, a log that you just found, like found material, like found wood, like you're walking down the river and you find like an old gray log with like all the bark kind of stripped off, but it's really splintery.
Why would I want to drop the word Christmas when the holiday is celebrated by 90% of my fellow Americans? It borders on the misanthropic, not to mention the mean-spirited, to want to deny nearly all of your fellow citizens the joy of having Christmas parties or being wished a Merry Christmas.
And just like bend that fucking asshole over and just
explaining the origin of the fake holiday, Festivus, but now a nearly 6-foot-tall Festivus pole made from empty beer cans, about to go up at the Florida State Capitol. I'm not kidding. It's part of a not-so-subtle protest against the nativity scene already on display there. Bill, I am so outraged by this. Why do I have to drive around with my kids to look for nativity scenes and be like, oh yeah, kids, look, there's baby Jesus behind the Festivus pole made out of beer cans. It's not.
Just fuck. the log.
When was the last time you saw Merry Christmas? You don't see it anymore. They want to be politically correct. If I'm president, you're going to see Merry Christmas in department stores. Believe me. Believe me.
Thank you, President Trump, for letting us say Merry Christmas again.
Like, fuck these guys. Fuck them in their like fart-smelling orgies that they have. So, just to clarify, I don't mean that they have orgies of fart smelling. I mean that they have orgies, but these old fucks are so like incontinent that they fart everywhere while they're trying to fuck each other. That's, you know, this is well known. This happens out on Long Island. I heard.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, and Mar-a-Lago. Trump farts.
A high school girl's been murdered. Mr. Harrison's daughter is missing. And now at the house where she lives, the other girls are getting obscene phone calls.
Yeah, what I've done is I've tapped this phone so that when it rings, it'll ring at the station house, too.
There was a little girl murdered over in the park tonight.
Yes, I heard.
Your phone's ringing.
Hello?
Hey, Mommy. There's a baby. Baby, all right, Mom. Hello? Who's there? I know you're there, nasty baby. You answer me, it's bad. Mommy. Come here. Where's Agnes? You won't.
Why are you doing this?
This is Graham. It's group 140, terminal 55.
Remember those idyllic scenes out of your childhood? Crisp winter nights, star bright, sleigh bells, crackling Yule logs, candlelight glistening off of shimmering Christmas trees, chestnuts roasting over open fires, carolers beneath snow-covered window ledges. Remember those. Remember them well. After Black Christmas, they'll never be the same again. Black Christmas, starring Olivia Hussey, Keir Dullea, Margot Kidder, and starring John Saxon as Lieutenant Fuller. If this movie doesn't make your skin crawl, it on too tight.
We have a special guest today. Her name is Avril, which is French for Avril, and also known as Politigoth, and other names. I think you have other aliases.
Usually it's Bronx Elf Politigoth. It's just on Twitter.
Okay, all right. So you can follow her on Twitter if you want to, follow her and me and have some conversations and get angry and do some hot takes and retweets. She'll be on Twitter. And hey, how's it going?
It's going well. Just coming off of 3 days in New Jersey at Unconvention. This is the first time that I've done an in-person vending event since before lockdown. So this was a lot. It was weird to take 500 pounds of stock and take it somewhere for the first time in such a long time. We all had beautiful freak masks that said "wash your fucking hands" on the side. And so we had those, and those were great for when we were not at the booth. We were at music venues or outside or wherever among people. When we were in the vendor room, there was a good deal of distance between us and other humans, so we were able to pull them off and be able to talk to people without having to wear them so much. But anytime we went out into the con itself, we were all masked, and they had masks, they had aprons, little aprons with their name on it and the logo and everything. I came prepared.
Well, so for this con, you were showing a lot of your own wares, the things that you make yourself, right? Like soaps and.
Yeah, we had soap, we had bath salts, we had bath bombs, we had shower steamers, body butter, sugar scrub, salt scrub, and lip balm. It was a lot of stuff.
We're going to show some of those on the show here, so let's take a clip of one right now.
Okay.
This is Seance, and it comes in two parts. The scent is water, wood, citrus, and lilac. Lilac was thought in the 19th century to bring forth good spirits during the seance. But what you'll notice is that the planchette actually has a working window, so when you put them together, you can actually move it across the board, and they glow in the dark.
Oh my gosh, this is insane.
They glow in the dark, I promise.
So they work.
They work.
How do you make the details?
Okay, so these are all done with custom molds. I get them 3D printed. The positives are custom 3D prints, and then I make the molds out of silicone, and they're poured, and then I have to scrape off all the excess over the top of the mold, and then that gets laid in, and then the rest of it goes in behind it.
Well, this is just beautiful for anybody who wants to wash themselves and find out answers to anything they've been wondering about their lost loved ones. Or not. This is great.
The whole gimmick of Beautiful Freak is that every product is named for a song. You get to name that tune across the table. Because I came at this not from the end of wanting to make soap. My whole thing was I came at this from the perspective of a designer who was also a DJ. So I came at it wanting to just expand everybody's musical thing, and people would ask me about the music, and I would send them links and send them to bands they hadn't heard before and stuff like that.
Wrap you in his arms, tell you that you've been a good boy. He'll rekindle all the dreams that took you a lifetime to destroy.
Let's talk about the hand sanitizers then.
Hand sanitizer was a thing that people asked for in the middle of lockdown, and that was really hard because nobody had anything. Nobody had like pre-mixed spray or gel. Everything was sold out, and you couldn't buy isopropyl alcohol in any quantity. It was crazy. You just couldn't get it. Right. And so the very moment that I could get my hands on a gallon of hand sanitizer, I ordered that. We had the Big Skull bath bombs.
Okay.
The Big Skull bath bombs, people see them and it's hard to tell scale, but they're really big. They're they're over 10 ounces. It's like bathing in the skull of your enemies kind of thing. And
I love it. And then it just dissolves in the water, right? And you're just like, fuck that guy. I love all these products. They're really great. But what our next fun thing that we're going to do is we want to continue our long war on Christmas, and part of doing that is I've been asking everybody what their worst Christmas story is, so that we can just get everyone in the mood to just hate on Christmas.
I didn't grow up celebrating Christmas, so my whole thing is that I just don't care. Like, I don't care. So to me, like, Christmas is just another day, except that it's harder to get food delivered.
That's a terrible story right there. Like, you know, it's like Christmas is a super inconvenient time for those of us who don't celebrate Christmas.
The worst Christmas story, which is the thing that happens every year, honestly, is the ongoing thing where you're in a store or you're accepting a delivery or something, and somebody says, you know, Merry Christmas, and what do you say? Like, if you say thanks you too, somebody, half the time they give you like a look like, why didn't you say Merry Christmas back to me? Right. Even though you're just trying to be polite and not get into discussion about yeah, cool, but I don't celebrate, you know what I mean? The worst part, actually, I will say this, that the worst part of Christmas has really nothing to do with the holiday. It has to do with the Postal Service. I do have a funny Hanukkah story. The one where my dad was kind of a dick was when I'd asked for this is how old I am. I'd asked for a ColecoVision for Hanukkah, right? Remember? And so the day comes, whatever, and he gives me 2 ColecoVision cartridges, but no console. And he goes through this whole spiel about how he thought my mom was buying the console. And he waited for like 6 solid hours before he said, I got to go get something out of the car. I forgot something, my briefcase or something. And he comes up with this giant box because it had the console in it. But for those 6 hours, I was a very confused child. The other story, which is actually kind of sweet, but a little longer of a story. When I was 8, I had gone with him to Fortunoff's on Long Island, and he was buying something else, and I had seen in a case this doll, like not like it was a Scarlett O'Hara doll, and it was way up at the top. Fortunoff's is a store, it's full of like little glass and trinkets and crystal and whatever, and I was a very clumsy child, so I was told to just stay still and don't move, and I just happened to be in front of this doll case. I wasn't allowed to have dolls as a kid unless they were baby dolls, and this is really the truth, I would behead them and give them back to my mom. So because
you don't want them coming to life and then, like, you know, attack.
No, it wasn't that. I knew that I didn't want kids from a really early age, and I got real tired of my mom pushing this shit on me. So I was just behead them and give them back to her. So I wasn't allowed to have dolls, and this was, I think, the first time in my life I had ever seen like a collectible doll, like it was like a good big tall doll. And I don't know if I'd ever seen Gone with the Wind by the age of 8, but she was very pretty and I was very fascinated. And my dad said, listen, I don't have enough money on me to buy this thing I was here to buy and this doll, but I'm going to come back next week and I'll get it for you. And it was like, okay, fine. He did go back and the doll was gone. And everybody at Fortunoff's disavowed any knowledge that the doll had ever existed. No one knew what he was talking about. No one had seen it. No one knew what he was talking about, whatever. Now, hold that thought. Literally 10 years later, I was 18, and it was the last present he ever gave me. It's the very last present he ever gave me for Hanukkah. He shows up with this box, and he just hands it to me, and I shook it a little, and I looked at him, and I went, it's that doll. He had tracked down the manufacturer in Canada and driven to Toronto and went and bought the doll.
Well, all I want is a party doll. Come along with me when I'm feeling wild. To be ever loving, true and fair. To run her fingers through my hair. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. I'll make love to you. I'll make love to you. Well, I saw a gal walking down the street. The kind of a gal I love to meet. She had blonde hair and eyes of blue. Baby, I wanna have a party with you. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. I'll make love to you. I'll make love to you.
Hello there.
Santa, do you like this devil?
Huh? Devil? Now, let's see. Don't think anybody ordered this. Well, now, how does it work? What is the sense of it?
Like this, Santa. You must light it.
Let's have it. Stop! I, Lucifer, King of Hades, command you to stop and disappear. Begone, all of you! Except Pitch. You, Pitch, chief of all my demons, must listen closely. The time is almost here when you must abandon the brimstone pits and journey up to earth. But this time you must not fail as you've done in the past. You must not be defeated by that bearded old goat, Santa Claus. If you do not succeed in making all the children of the earth do evil, you shall be punished. And instead of red-hot coals, you will eat chocolate ice cream.
No, no, Lucifer, king of all the evil spirits. Not that. By the horns of everything satanic, I beg you. To live, I must have heat. Frozen meals are bad for me, especially chocolate. It's very bad for my digestion, which is so delicate. Yes, I promise, O priceless Prince of Hades, that by my many wiles I will finish off Santa forever and see that the children commit terrible deeds and make Santa Claus angry.
This is just propaganda against Satan. Satan's a good guy, man. He's like on your side. He's like trying to help out. He wants to bring you out of your hole. Closet. Inside yourself. What? He wants... What did Al Pacino say? Satan is the ultimate humanist? Did he say that? I haven't seen that movie in a while. Let's play a clip from Devil's Advocate.
Well, one thing is certain. The devil has turned them against Santa Claus. Suddenly, he's with them again. Out of nowhere, he produces 3 rocks, and his evil plan goes into action. This is bad.
Why give the credit to Santa when it is you who scuffle all year long and save your little pennies and really go into debt to feed all the merchants on the basis of a lie? The 3 wise men came, and of course that is the truth, and they brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and for you having no gold, no frankincense, nor any myrrh, and not even good sense, you will go and spend what you do not have to make the merchants rich and give them a good spring off into the new year. And this is why they say Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to the foolish people, because you've given them a Happy New Year while you've made yourself miserable at the end of an old year that will take you into the new year broke, busted, drunk, crazy, and probably sick from eating the wrong kinds of food and just making a fool of yourself in general, all in the name of Jesus Christ.
What?
Yeah, there's just nothing like ice skating. It was wonderful fun way back in our grandparents' day, and it's still the favorite winter recreation, enjoyed by young and old everywhere. Now, time hasn't changed the fun of ice skating, nor the need to stop now and then, rest up, and refresh. And for fast refreshment, there's just nothing like a frosty bottle of Coca-Cola. So tangy in taste, so ever fresh in sparkle. Coke has a distinctive flavor that's never been equaled. And the way Coca-Cola brings you back so refreshed, so quickly. For Coke offers a bit of wholesome energy, Gives you a bright little lift just when you need it. In any season, enjoy bracing, ice-cold Coca-Cola. Perfect refreshment anytime.
All right, so here we have Water to the Dead, and they come in obviously 2 sizes and 2 different designs. There are 6 different versions of the Tombstone, and all of these are detergent-free. This is a detergent-free bar, and they're all hand-painted. Both versions are hand-painted. The Angel is an argan oil base, and the rest of it is an aloe vera.
Oh my god. These smell so good. What did you put in?
Eucalyptus and mint.
Oh.
It's eucalyptus, mint, and hyssop, which is a biblical purification.
Yes. That is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, honestly, it doesn't get any better than that.
There's a lot of crazy witchcraft research that goes into all those scents.
Of course. You have to, yeah.
We've had so much fun talking to you with this about everything. This will probably end up cutting into several episodes. But why don't we start? Why don't we wrap it up with where can people find your products? Where can people follow you on the web? I know you said your Twitter handle earlier, but why don't we just repeat all?
So you can get products and stuff at beautifulfreakcosmetics.com. The Instagram is the same, the Facebook is the same, they're all under the same name. On Twitter, that's BF_makeup, because that's what we had to get. And so you can certainly follow us there. If you're looking to follow me on Twitter, it's @Politigoth. That's the one I'm using right now. So you can find me there and, see me babble about random things. And that's it. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Good night, everybody. I hope next week doesn't suck as bad as this week.
Baby, I wanna have a party with you. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. I'll make love to you, I'll make love to you. Every man has gotta have a party doll to be with him, but when he's feeling wild, to be ever loving, true and fair, to run her fingers through his hair, to run her fingers through his hair. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. I'll make love to you, I'll make love to you. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. I'll make love to you, I'll make love to you.
Dig that square.